Okay. Very good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome all to our Tuesday evening good time together. Tuesday evening meditation. And so we are all still experiencing the fall. So I hope that you all enjoy the fall colors, right? And recently we traveled to Akron and some other places, and so we started to take some photos. And because our Bante Padma was visiting us from Sri Lanka, and he wanted to send some photos back to Sri Lanka, so we took some photos with the leaves in the back, and so. But it really interestingly, many of the colors of those leaves also correspond with the colors of the water. And so, of course, now today three of us are wearing the same shades of color, but there can be different shades of the robes, which actually correspond to different shades of the fall color. And when we go to interfaith gatherings, or sometime even like introduction to Buddhism presentations and different places, one of the common questions we get is that why we wear this color robe. And one answer we give them is actually it is because of the fall color. Because the leaves, when leaves are about to fall, about like renounce, about like go, that's the color of the leaves. So the monks are renunciants, right? Renunciants, and and kind of trying to go beyond the world. So that's the. But actually, the actual reason of the color of the robes originally, when monks prepare their robes, actually they use natural dye. They will collect different pieces of clothes, sometimes whatever pieces offered to them, and sometimes they even collect that trash clothes, and they will clean them, and they will prepare them. They will put them together, and then they will dye them. But when they dye, they will use certain roots of certain trees and barks and leaves. So you cannot predict what color you will get. So there are specific trees that you will use usually. You don't use all roots, and you only use a specific root that has some color. So you cannot predict what color you will get. But the colors that are approved for robes is from dark brown to yellow. That's the range, the dark brown to yellow. So whenever you see monks, you will see monks with yellow robes, and different shades of yellow, and then brown, and sometimes even go to the dark brown. So that is. So I think those natural dye. When you dye robes or clothes naturally using the roots and barks, that's the usual color you will get. I don't know whether there's any tree, any bark, any root that you can give you a blue color. Right. And so that is how actually the color of the robe was determined, because of the natural dye. And today, of course, we buy already colored clothes, but we still try to remain within that range from dark brown to yellow. But it also happens to be the fall color. Yeah. So, did you send your photos to Sri Lanka, Bante? Yeah. What did they say?
Yeah, very happy.
And so one comment we always get is like you're nicely blended with the background. Okay, yeah. So I hope that you enjoy the poem also. Robert Frost's poem. Yeah. How many of you get our reminder emails? Maybe. Okay, many of you. Good. and you don't get it, right? And you also don't.
Yes, I do.
I do, okay. And, yeah. Okay, so it's a good time to like reflect, reflect the impermanence, right? Yeah, and nothing gold can stay. Right? So whenever I say the term word impermanence, everybody become silent and they're ready to hear some bad news, something. But that's the impression, right? Whenever you talk about impermanence, you quickly think that some bad news, something negative. But actually, impermanence is not necessarily negative, right? So impermanence is the natural process, but how it affects us, how we perceive it, is what is going to decide whether it's a negative or a positive. Some changes we like, right? Some changes we don't like. But whether we like or not, things are going to change. Yeah. But so some changes are good. So, and best way to understand then how good is the impermanence is that, maybe let's say whenever you're having a headache, just remember everything is impermanent, including the headache. So how good, that is also impermanent, because necessarily it's not going to stay forever. Any condition in our life is not going to be there forever. So it's changing. So I think when you deeply understand the impermanence, it kind of helps us to find a way to be with the things and the people, but in a very harmonious way. Because when we do not understand the impermanence, we take things to be solid, permanent, and that is when we unnecessarily attach things. Of course, we can care for things, we can care for people, we can care for things, we can have loving kindness, caring attitude, but that's very different from having a very strong sense of attachment, which has sense of ownership and sense of control. It's quite different, from our caring, loving attitude. So the reason that we attach, we feel we feel the possessiveness, is that because we believe that that thing is a quite permanent, solid thing. If you understand that actually there's nothing to hold, nothing to really attach, as I see it, when you and it helps us to still work with those things, but not really be attached to it, right? That's an interesting Zen story. One day a Zen master, the Zen master wanted to meet the ruler of the country, king. The king appreciated this Zen master, so one day he went to see the king. So the king welcomed him and say, and I would like to know, why did you come here today? Do you need any help? Can I help you anyway? And he said, I came to sleep in this inn today. Inn, that's like a hotel. That's what the Zen master said, that I came today to sleep tonight in this inn. And the king is living in the palace, right? It's not a hotel, it's not an inn. He was so offended by, this master's use of the word, inn, hotel. And he said that, you came to my palace. This is not an inn. This is not a hotel. You came to my palace. I said, okay. Before you, who lived in this palace? And he said, obviously, before me is my father. Okay. And before your father, my grandfather. And the master said that, so in that case, people come and go. People come and stay in this palace for a while, and then go, and another person will come and stay in the palace. So what's the difference between the palace and the inn? So help him to understand that he thinks there's a palace, is something really permanent. His home, his abode, have the sense of permanency. But Zen Master helped him to understand that this is like a temporary house. There is a palace. You can't really live there forever. So that's the that's reality, right? In everything.
Yes, Bhante. And also I feel, and also we can think that impermanence is something wanted. We wanted it is. If not there is impermanence, there is not some kind of joyful continuity. I would say little story, Bhante.
Okay.
2-3 words I can explain within few minutes. It is same as Bhante's story. Actually, that story happened to a monk, one of monk who was in Sri Lanka. Bhante, it is related to Sri Lanka. Because normally in Sri Lanka, when someone the death, normally there is some rituals.
Yeah, after the funeral and other rituals. Yeah.
So people are so emotional at that moment. But that monk wanted to make them happy and also release their emotional situation. So it is kind of the anniversary and kind of ritual event. So their grandmother already has been passed away. So the monks addressed the gathering. He said, "Just think, your grandmother now passed away. Imagine, would you like to be your grandmother continuously? It's okay. And think grandmother's grandmother also in your house. And think grandmother's grandmother also in your house. And again grandmother's grandmother also here. So many grandmothers are in this house."
Do you like to have all these grandmothers?
Can you
accommodate them? Can you feed them, right?
Yeah. So would you like to be like that? So in that case, it is very difficult, very tough game. So emotion was disappeared at that moment. So impermanence when it comes to food, or when it comes to the clothing, when we come to the vehicle, or we need some
change. Right? Change, exactly. Yeah. Things. It's okay for things to change, right? So you get the opportunity to move forward. Yeah. Actually, if anything is permanent, that means it's not life, right? Only permanent thing will be something which is dead, right? Anything alive is not permanent. Like anything alive is moving, shifting, changing, and that's the reality. So I think as meditators, as practitioners, we should train our mind to move through our life and appreciating everything that we encounter along the way, everyone that we encounter every day, because and appreciating them, but at the same time having this deep wisdom inside of us that these things are not going to be there forever. So any moment that we experience in our life is very precious and very unique. Those moments will never come to us in the same way. So then, on one hand, we can have deep appreciation of that moment and of that thing, and then also have this deep understanding of knowing that they are fleeting, they are changing. Again, Bhante, I remember another story. I think you have heard about this famous meditation teacher from Thailand. His name is Achan Cha. Achan Cha. He had a lot of Western disciples too. So when some villager came and asked him a question that can you teach us how to live our life happily when many things are changing and impermanent, and then he was having a glass in his hand. And he got this glass to his hand. He said that someone offered me this glass a month ago, and I really like this glass. It's so helpful. It helps me to drink the water. I really like it. I really like to have it. But at the same time, I know that at any time this glass can be broken. Maybe I can accidentally hit it. Maybe the wind can blow. It can fell down and broken. And then he said that, so therefore, when I look at the glass, I think that glass is already broken. Before, glass is already broken. So when it really breaks, I know that it was broken before it breaks down. So the glass is already broken. Many things in our life is not that permanent. They are already fragile. Right? So when you have that deep understanding, we will use them, we will have them, but we will not unnecessarily attach to them. And we simply, experience and enjoy the moment. But at the same time, when things falls apart, we can let them go because we have reflected about it beforehand. So it will not be a shock to us. So the more we think about the impermanence, can prepare us to experience those things. And then in deeper analysis, actually, impermanence, even though we use the term impermanence, actually, in a deeper understanding, because when we think about impermanence, we think that, like, for example, glass. We think that there is a glass, and that glass is impermanent. But in reality, there is also not even a glass. Because our whole idea of existence is actually a mental construct, or like a mental projection. What is really there is actually either a process of arising or process of passing away. Anything or anyone or any phenomenon in this world is either a process of arising or in process of passing away. So in between, we can conventionally say that they exist. For example, there is never a moment that a flower exists, because flower is either blooming or fading away. What you call this? Perishing? But feathering.
Wilting.
Huh?
Wilting.
Wilting away, right? So either it's blooming or it is wilting. Can you say wilting?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's never a moment that flower exists, as we think of flower. So it's either in the process of blooming or process of, wilting or decaying. So in between, we can simply, conventionally or temporarily think we can freeze a moment and say that this is now flower exists. But in reality, there's never a moment that a flower can exist. So in the same way, either we are growing or either we are growing or we are growing old. Either we are. So in between we can, have an individual. You can say, okay, this person exists, but there's never a moment a person exists. That person is either growing up or growing old, right? So in between we can just think about it. So that's the reality of anything. So impermanence is the way that things survive, and therefore we can have anything, we can care for anything, but at the same time, there's nothing actually to hold on to in real sense. Yeah. So when you deeply understand that, we develop a different kind of peace and relaxation and joy of that impermanence. The reason is that when we see it's like like when the river is flowing, we expect that rivers to be frozen, but it's not a river if it is frozen. But like so. But isn't it beautiful when river flows?
And also one thing, the river helps while it is flowing to grow trees and
Everything. If it is frozen, it's not useful, right? Yeah. So it's okay actually. It's because our expectation, is that what makes impermanence or like changing things harder. But anything that is collapsing or like fading away is simply creating an opportunity for another new thing to arise. So falling apart of any situation is not the end of the story. You never know what is next. So we just can keep our eyes open and have attitude of acceptance and just go with the flow. It's a flow, right? Don't try to stuck in one place. Feel free to flow. So that will be more joyful than trying to stop and trying to hold, trying to stay strong. Just go with the flow. That's a real joy, right? There's another same saying that let go or be dragged. What do you like to do? Let go or be dragged? Yeah. If you let go, you can simply be free and move. Or if you hold into things, you'll be dragged all alone. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that it's painful. It's simply different way of seeing the world and different way of having joy. Yeah, because we are so attached to the familiar things, we expect those things to stay. Yeah. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay for things to change. Okay, yeah. So enjoy the fall and remind yourself the impermanence. And just develop this attitude of acceptance for that. Okay, so with that we will start our practice. Okay, with our movements. Okay, let us do some movements to help ourselves to come to our body and help our mind to really catch the sensation of the body. If we create more sensations, it is easier for our mind to come to our body and stay there. So let us do those movements. First, let us try to stand firmly on the ground and spreading our feet a little bit apart. That help us to distribute the weight somewhat evenly to our 2 feet. Try to feel the weight of the body in your both feet. Balance your weight. Don't lean to one foot more than the other. Try to distribute somewhat evenly to your 2 feet. Take a moment to feel that sensation of touch inside your shoes or socks. Feel the heels, the press muscles there. And then feel the front part of the feet. See whether you can feel any of your toes inside your shoes or socks. And with this awareness of the feet, just acknowledge that I'm standing right here. I'm standing firmly right here. The weight must be flowing through the feet to the floor. Just acknowledge that posture, balanced posture. With this, let us now open our eyes. Let us move our hands along with our breath. Breathing in, raise your both hands to the front. Breathe Breathe out. Let us spread our hands to the side. Breathe in. Raise our hands all the way up. Breathe out. We will gently bring our palms down, feeling all the sensation in the palms, fingers. Breathing into the front. Breathing out to the side. Breathing in out. Breathing out, gently bringing the palms down. Feeling all the sensation there. One more round. Breathing in to the front. Breathing out to the side. Breathing in out. Breathing out gently, coming down. Relax. Let your hands hang by themselves. Take a moment to observe or notice the new sensations arising around your arms, around your palms and fingers with that movement. More awareness of your hands right now. Feeling all the subtle vibrations, tingling sensations in the palms and the fingers. Just feel them all and be in your body. Let's do our other movement. This time we raise only our right hand with our breath. Breathing in, raise your right hand all the way up. And breathe out, bend to the opposite direction, to the left direction. Nicely bend to the opposite direction. Give a nice bend, feeling the stretch. Breathing in, come to the middle. Breathe out, going back again. Feeling the stretch, releasing the air. Breathing in to the middle. And last time, breathe out, go back again. Feeling the stretch. And breathing into the middle. This time when we breathe out, we will gently bring our palms down, releasing the air, feeling the sensation in the arm. Let's do the same to the other arm, left arm. Breathing in, raise your arms all the way up. Breathe out, bend to the opposite direction, the right direction. Feeling the stretch. Breathing in to the middle. Breathing out, going back again, releasing the air, feeling the stretch. Breathing into the middle. Breathing out, going back again. Breathing into the middle. Breathe out, gently bringing the arms down. Releasing the tension. Feeling all the sensations there. Take a moment to feel all the sensations occurring right now. All around your arms and even sometime in the rib area. It's very subtle sensations, residual sensations of that movement. Feel them all and be in your body. We will settle into our body. No need to go anywhere. No need to occupy our mind with anything. Just feel in the body. Those sensations happening all around the body. With this awareness of the body, we will now gently sit down. And while we are walking back to your chair, while we are sitting down, try to maintain that awareness of the body. Feel the bend of the knees. Feel the touch of the body in the chair. Just maintain the full awareness of breath. Adjust your body. Rest your feet somewhat even on the floor. Keep somewhat upright upper body, but make sure that your shoulders are not tight. They are relaxed. They are dropping from the sides while the upper body is upright. Make sure to keep your chin somewhat parallel with the earth, not bending down, but up, parallel with the earth. And you can rest your palms on your lap. And continue to be in your body. Continue to explore the sensations you can feel right now. Wherever your body parts are touching each other, wherever you have sensations with your clothes or with chair, just continue to explore those areas and be in your body. We will ring this bell to help you to gather your attention and be here in the body. And we'll also do a chant throughout the bell and the chant. Stay in your body. Keep feeling the body.
Samsara sarogha vinita nisang Samnita satam Suci sardhi sang Sandhira kang son Tanu pelasang Sang lapdesing Paname bisa sang
With this awareness of the body, We will allow this body to fully relax and release whatever tightness or tension or stiffness we may have in different parts of the body. This is a good opportunity to allow this body to fully relax. We can facilitate this relaxation with our breath. Gently allow a little bit more air enter your nostrils. Lengthen your in-breath very gently without any force. Just gently lengthen your in-breath. Allow more air to enter to your lungs and release that air very slowly, gently releasing, allowing the whole body to relax. Take another slow, long breath in. Gently fill in the lungs and releasing that air gently, allowing everything to relax, release. Let's take one more long breath. Take a slow, long in breath for one last time. Release it slowly, allowing the belly and everything to relax, to release, to loosen. With this relaxed body, let us now bring our whole attention to our mind. We will watch what is the nature of our mind right now, and what are the thoughts that are appearing in our mind right now. Just take a moment to notice them. Without picking any thought or memory, we will simply notice the occurrence of different thoughts or surfacing of different memories. Just be curious. What would be the next thought? What would be the thing that I will remember next? With curiosity, with open awareness, we will keep noticing whatever arising in our mind right now. Various thoughts, memories keep coming up, popping up. This is the nature of our ordinary mind. Let us now take a moment to purposely generate a wholesome state of the mind. Instead of these random thoughts occurring one after the other, we will now purposely generate a wholesome state of the mind. This is a good time to allow a wholesome quality to manifest in our mind. Loving kindness. Loving kindness is a capacity that we all have. It is the friendliness towards all beings. It is the goodwill towards everyone. It is a genuine wish of well-being, willingness for everyone to be well. We all have this capacity in the deep in our mind. Now it is the time for us to let that wholesome capacity to come out and manifest. Open your heart. Allow the buried loving kindness to come to the surface. The willingness for everyone to be well. Goodwill. Friendliness towards everyone. Open your heart just like when you see a little baby, a smiling little baby. How open is our heart when we are in front of a little baby smiling, looking at us. Or whenever we are petting a puppy or kitten or any other pet. Let us generate that kind of openness, care, goodwill right now. We will now expand this loving kindness, direct this loving kindness to all people and all beings. We will wish everyone well-being, wholeheartedly, with a genuine interest. We will extend and radiate this loving kindness to all people and all beings. We will start with this living being sitting here, with ourselves. We are also one of the living beings, just like anyone else. This person sitting here also deserves loving kindness, deserves this wish. Let us start with ourselves. Feel your presence and make a genuine wish for yourself. May this person sitting here be well, be healthy, be strong, and be peaceful. Let us be kind to ourselves. Be generous and be open to ourselves, and make all good wishes you can make to this living being. May I be well, be strong, be healthy, be peaceful. Let's also take this moment to radiate this loving kindness to this whole body. Allowing this loving kindness intention travel throughout the body with deep gratitude, deep appreciation of the contribution that this body is doing to us. And make a nice wish and radiate this loving kindness to this whole body. All the organs and all the systems of this body. have been helping us a lot. Let us take a moment to appreciate and radiate this loving kindness to all these organs and systems. May these lungs, which are helping us to breathe even right now, may this whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digestive system, all the organs in this whole digestive system, the stomach, liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, the whole digestive system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys, which are helping us to release the toxins from the body, and this whole genitourinary system, the whole pelvic region be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain stem, middle brain, the frontal lobe, the whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. Allow this loving kindness intention to travel throughout the body, to all these muscles, to all these bones and joints. May all these bones throughout the body and all these joints be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, from the top of the head all the way to the tips of the toes, be well, be healthy, be healed. us now expand this wish beyond ourselves to all others. Expand in the same wish for others. Genuinely wishing all of them the same well-being. May all people sitting with us in this room right now, and may all people living in this whole building right now, may all these people be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May all people living beyond this building, in this whole neighborhood, may all people living in this whole surrounding region, the surrounding area, whoever the people living in this surrounding neighborhood, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May all people living beyond this surrounding area in all other faraway places, may all people living in faraway cities, faraway countries, may they all people living in the direction that we are facing, and all people living in the direction of our right, all people living in the direction of our back, and all people living in the direction of our right, left. May all of them living all over the place. May everyone living throughout the world be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond people to all other living beings, to all animals, from large ones to tiny ones, and all other life forms. Whoever living beings there may be, let us expand this loving kindness to embrace whatever life forms there may be. May all these living beings, each and every living organism, without exception, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. limitless loving kindness, the loving kindness that embraces all beings without exception. Just experience the spaciousness, the unbound loving kindness, the wholesome state of the mind. Rejoice. Rejoice this wholesome state of the mind that is ready to count everyone, every life. Rejoice. This genuine wish of well-being to all living organisms. With this rejoice, let us now bring our whole attention to our breath. We will gently allow our mind to go into a deeper and deeper state of calmness by simply resting our mind on our breath. Closely observe the gentle flow of the breath happening right now. Let us be with it. Feel it as closely as we can and rest with this breath. Gently come out of the meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful meditation. Feel grateful to all great teachers, the enlightened masters in the past, who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. And feel grateful to whoever helped your meditation practice tonight. Let us also feel grateful to staff and the patrons of this library for letting us use this space for our practice. Let us also feel grateful even to these non-living things which helped our meditation, including the bell, the chair, and anything else. And this device that helped you to connect to meditation from home. With deep gratitude, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. I hope that you had a good meditation, and I wish may you carry this peace to the rest of the week, and may you enjoy more fall color, but as they are not going to stay forever, only a few more weeks. Appreciate them, enjoy them, and let go of them. Thank you. Look forward to see you next week. Yeah.